Hi, I'm Mary Spender, and I know I'm adding another voice to the chaos. And first things first, I'm not a medical professional, I'm a musician, and my commiserations go out to anyone who's been seriously affected. I'm just shocked, like I'm sure you are, about coronavirus, aka COVID-19, and the reaction. I know that some countries are sharing lots of differing information and are imposing strict levels of precaution, which is going to have a huge effect on everyone. And my thoughts go out to those working hard in doctors' surgeries and hospitals. Honestly, you are just incredible. You're my absolute hero. I have family working in the NHS and I know how it's getting, and I'm also very aware of how important public health is. But I thought I'd talk about the implications on the industry I know best, the music business. I've seen messages on social media from friends who've had months of work cancelled due to restrictions on travel. I've had a trip cancelled myself, and these aren't just artists that are affected, but all the people working behind the scenes to put on a show. So sound engineers, tour managers, crew, booking agents. Then it was announced that South by Southwest has been cancelled for the first time in 34 years. Artists like Madonna, Billie Eilish, The Who, Miley Cyrus, Stormzy, Slipknot, BTS, Green Day, all cancelled dates. I'm sure there are many more cancellations to come, especially when it's on instruction from the governments around the world. Radio 1's Big Weekend has just been cancelled, which wasn't happening until the end of May. But the decision follows advice from the Scottish government, which says events of more than 500 people should be cancelled. I know Switzerland has cancelled all events that had over 1,000 people or more going. Then the US has temporarily suspended most travel from Europe, although the UK and Ireland haven't been included in this yet. I'm sure that will change. The financial impact on these decisions made to postpone or cancel events is going to be really significant. As the number of worldwide cases continue to rise, there will most likely be more efforts made to contain the spread. And I know that some artists and musicians, basically anyone in the music industry who are self-employed and who already struggle to make a living, are going to be hit very hard. A lot of planning and years of hard work go into organising these events, no matter the size. So no one is sure of the domino effect that will happen on this part of the business that is worth over $30 billion. That's a lot of jobs. Live Nation has lost $8.3 billion in stock in just the last 30 days. So everyone from the one-man band to the titans of industry are feeling it. By Southwest being cancelled, they've had to lay off a third of their workforce, which is also putting the 2021 event in doubt, and then all the local businesses will suffer too. This is an excerpt from the RollingStone article that's linked below. Generally speaking, music festivals serve as massive revenue sources for their local economies. South by Southwest events, including the music and film festivals, interactive conferences, panels, a gaming expo and more, invited more than 417,000 people to Austin last year. The conference went on to bring in $356 million to the city. For smaller businesses like boutique hotels and restaurants in festival areas, revenue from nearby music events can determine the majority of the business's overall earnings for the year. It goes on to say fans are feeling the cancellations in their wallets as well. In 2019, the average nightly hotel rate for South by Southwest booked rooms was $365, and the average length of stay exceeded 5 nights. That means in many cases, individuals spent close to $2,000 on accommodations alone. After last week's cancellation, South by Southwest told its badge holders it would allow attendees to defer their tickets for the 2021, 2022 and 2023 festivals. A spokesperson for the festival tells Rolling Stone it will look for ways to add extra benefits and additional value to those deferred registrations. So I simply want to say, if you're in the position to, check in with the musicians you know. DM them on social media, check in with family, friends, acquaintances, and find out how you might be able to help them. Obviously, this doesn't just have to apply to the music industry. This is everyone. Just anyone you know that is vulnerable work-wise, see what you can do to help. Touring artists rely on merch sales predominantly, so check out your favourite band's websites, stream and buy their music online, support them however you can. The Musicians Union in the UK has given advice on how COVID-19 could affect contractual obligations. So first thing they advise is to check if your contract has a force majeure clause. Such a clause may excuse a party from their contractual obligations when an unforeseen event outside of either party's control renders performance of a contract impossible. However, I also know that quite a lot of work at the pub and club level is done without a contract, so there's no protection for those workers. Then they say there isn't any insurance that they are aware of that covers loss of income. Then obviously self-employed music teachers can't teach in person with schools shutting and universities going on hiatus, so they'll have to teach via Skype maybe, as they'll have to protect themselves as well as the students. One suggestion, especially when it comes to teaching kids, create a purely business profile if you're going to teach online and have a parent present on screen too, just to keep it strictly professional. There's some more guidelines in the link below too. Thanks to the internet, the fact that we can get this news out there and stay in touch and people can work remotely more now than ever is good. And the only thing we can do is keep calm and treat each other how we'd like to be treated. It can feel like every man for himself, especially when you're seeing supermarkets with empty shelves and people wearing masks. I know that bars, shops, gyms and cinemas in some major cities are closing for the next few weeks, maybe months. It's all feeling quite strange and ominous, but we can control our behaviours and how we react to this and learn a huge lesson. I'm hoping a lot of reform comes from this too. The most reliable sources of information on the coronavirus continue to be the World Health Organization's guidance on COVID-19 or the Centers for Disease Control's coronavirus page. I know that people are going to be crushed by all the cancellations, artists and their teams, plus audience members, so I'm sorry that this is happening, but I hope it means that the virus dissipates quicker than expected. And check out the links below for more information. And yeah, thanks for watching. I really hope things return to normal ASAP. As ever, a huge thanks to my Patreon supporters who keep me afloat, but otherwise, I'll see you soon.